So this is, I made a laser hairdresser that cut off my head by I Did a Thing. So this is my nation brother, not actually, he is just also Australian, one and the same. But I have seen a few I Did a Thing videos in the past. I've seen him like make the, was it the pressure washer bidet, as well as like the gun shoe to kick soccer balls incredibly hard, and also the like jet engine swing. He's made some insane shit, but this is one I haven't seen that looked absolutely insane, so I figured, fuck it, let's watch something silly and absolutely unhinged, because I love I Did a Thing.
How you going? My hair is too long, and no matter what I do, no one can help me.
I mean, take some clippers, you'll be able to, that's a terrible wig. Oh god.
But I don't think hairdressers are the problem. It's scissors,
we got
which
mad
we've been using
stacks
since the dawn of time, but they just don't work. So today, I'm going to see if I can turn this laser welder, which can cut through steel, into a hair cutting robot, and hopefully take off my hair.
No,
and
not
my
the fish
scalp.
picture.
Strengthen your
It's cut off. I mean, if you want to stop having
Okay, the first
haircuts,
thing I need to make
cut off
is
the
this
scalp.
letter addressed to your mother. Then once I sent that off, I need to figure out how to fix the main issue with using this laser. It kind of hurts your eyes, as I demonstrate with
also
these pool balls,
kinda
which are
hurts,
actually the closest
you know, your skin and your bones and several of your organs.
analog to human eyes.
Yeah, bowling
So I need
balls.
to make something to
Bowling
protect my
balls?
face. And I think I want to make a full metal face shield. But first, to do that, I need to get the laser up and running to cut the metal into the shape I want. So I bought this CNC gantry thing that is meant to be easy to put together.
Is it a
Then once
3D
I had done
printer
that, I took it apart again. Not because I put all the pieces upside down and it doesn't work, but because it was so much fun to make. Okay,
Oh, of
now I need to
course, yeah.
attach the laser.
You know, when you put something together that takes like 14 hours and it's really grueling, and by the end of it, you're like, finally! And then when you look at it again, it's like, I didn't put any of this together, right? I need to go and do it again because it was just that much fun putting it together the first time. Totally relatable, universal experience. Also, his phone is open with his text messages right here. If I knew how to sharpen this image and enhance it, I would be taking a hefty look at what that says, because I am that much of a fucking dick.
Somehow. And I'm thinking I just hold it on the end here. And would you believe that this pipe that I got out of my dead dad's shed perfectly fits the laser? Well, it doesn't. I had to bore out the center on the lathe.
I
And
was about to
also,
say, it's not
even
quite
his
perfect.
pipe. His is over there.
Yo, I did a thing, Dad. I did a dad.
So then I just welded not my dad's pipe to this square tube, which after I milled down screws into this bracket. Okay, at the moment the laser is operated by this trigger, but obviously I don't want to be pressing the trigger like this.
Yeah, that
So
would
I'm
not.
going to use
that
this
would not end
clicky
well.
trigger thing. And this was actually really hard to find. I couldn't get it online.
I just had a great idea. I did a thing collaboration with Michael Reeves. I mean, does it get much better than that? Actually, I should check if they have done that, because if they have, that would be incredible. Also, I just noticed this dude's fucking fingernail. God damn, dude. How does that happen? How does the skin under your nail go out further than your nail bed? He has fucked up his fingers.
But lucky for me, my dearly departed friend Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, peace be upon him, gave me this. And then just soldered
The
it
fuck
onto
did he
these
just say
metal
to me?
plates, which should work. Okay, now I'm going to give it a test with this random line that I drew.
Ah, and it's gonna go across the... He's essentially 3D printing with a laser. Except he's not... I guess it's more like
That was
laser
only
cutting.
on like 1% power, and it cut like a third of the way through my table.
Yeah, it
And
would
this is
smell like
great,
shit.
besides the crazy amount of smoke it produces. So I need to deal with that first, as it's going to be a lot worse when it's burning hair. Okay, I have this fan, which when
Yeah,
I
it will
stole
not
it from the
smell well.
marijuana grow house, had ducts strapped to either end. But I never think ahead, and I cut them off, so I have to add them back on. So I got this empty pot plant and cut
Sorry, I had to sneeze.
a hole in the bottom to avoid buying a $20 adapter duct, and then taped it on. And now I have this duct, which works perfectly.
What a great duct. There it goes.
Okay, now let's cut
Might
out the
need
face
to
shield.
strap
I haven't
that
really
into
worked out how to
place.
focus the laser, and it kind of seems inconsistent. Sometimes it cuts nice thin lines, and then other times it does this.
Honestly, that is exactly something I would do. Like, instead of getting a buddy like, hey, could you like draw a line around my head? No, I would just do it myself.
The laser, and it kind of seems inconsistent. Sometimes it cuts nice thin lines, and then other times it does this. And the smoke on the lens probably doesn't help, but I also think it's because it has a very strict focus distance. Because when I take out the focusing lens, I can set my walls on fire from like 10 meters away. I can also pop this kid's ball from 20 meters away. And even better, shoot this passenger plane down from 200 meters away.
I think that's a little more than 200 meters, my dude.
So for now, I'm just going to take the lens out.
So that's what that internal affairs investigation was about. God damn it, I should have watched this video when it came out. Then I would have been able to help the police.
And I've changed my mind. It's too stressful to use and it hurts my feet. So I just use the trusty grinder.
It hurts my feet. Yeah, maybe put on some fucking shoes, dude.
I don't know why I traced around these holes here, but I want to weld some metal over them. And here's a hot tip for you. Don't put your ventilator down on hot steel. Okay, next, I don't really want to lie underneath the laser cutter. I just want to sit normally on a chair and receive a haircut. So I need to tilt it vertically. So I destroyed my garage door rail by drilling into it, which didn't even work. So I just attached it to my bench, but forgot that the motors aren't strong enough to move the cutting head when upright. Whoa, it moves. Oh my God.
Oh, it broke.
Yep. So I attached a counterweight to my roof, which actually seems to work really well. Where are you going? Where are you going? I didn't tell it to do that. Okay, I'm getting closer to cutting my hair, but at the moment my hair is too close to my head, and the hairdressers get around this problem by using revolutionary technology called hands, which I have as well. But I don't want to cut them off. So I had the wild
nice
idea
nails.
to build
Those acrylics. Let's get a good look at those.
But I don't want to.
Oh, very nice, very nice. Except they're two different sets, I think. Like this does not match up with this by the looks of it. This doesn't match up with this. Why did I stop for this? Whatever.
So I had the wild idea to build a Van de Graaff.
Care to explain? I don't know what the fuck that is.
Which in English translates to Van de Graaff. And this big ball can produce upwards of 400,000 volts and produces some nice arcs. But more importantly, makes your hair stick up. And also anything else with hair on it. So I got a big pipe, some bowls from IKEA, and some nylon bar. And all of this would cost you around $50.
Almost said something I would regret.
Pay for it. And finally, your mum responded to my letter and sent me some of her used pantyhose.
Dude, come on, man. Leave our mothers alone. Sorry, leave the viewers' mothers alone. Yo, can I get a whiff? I'd love to smell the viewers, you guys' mothers' pantyhose.
Which is the last thing I need for this build. So I cut some holes and chucked in the rollers, then sewed the pantyhose around them, and then attempted to cut a hole in the bottom of the IKEA belt.
He's getting way too close to that.
So after blinding myself with the laser, I just used the belt sander. Then I just made some copper brushes, which sit just below and above the pantyhose, and then used this drill to spin it. Now I don't really understand how this works, but it's something like the positive energy comes out of the earth through these copper brushes, and then go along the pantyhose and into the ball for some reason. But mine isn't working, and I think it's because your mum's pantyhose is really large and stretched out, and is slipping to the edges. So I made a new nylon roller and tried that. And I tried for a couple of days, essentially changing every possible thing about the setup. Like the brushes, roller, pantyhose,
I think the problem is
myself.
the pantyhose. Just coming crazy. I think.
But it still didn't work.
Your
the biggest
mother's
spark I got was
good.
no bigger than when you rub your feet on the carpet. Which leaves me with one last thing to change: the ball on top. So I took this metal ball off the Van de Graaff I already had and tried that. And look at that.
It hurts me that he didn't even ground himself. Also, I just noticed we can see the camera in this. Actually, this is a great example of what a HDRI is. A high definition resolution image. That doesn't sound right, but it is right, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, these are used for like mapping out environments and reflections and stuff like games. Pretty cool piece of information to know, honestly. I love HDRIs.
My homemade Van de Graaff works amazingly.
Yeah, he didn't
massive sparks,
ground himself.
And most importantly, it makes hair do this creepy spider-like dance.
Okay, that's some science I don't know. Average Australian spider.
Some of you may think that I
Average
just cut a
Australian
slot
reaction.
in a PVC tube and then slipped it around the outside and then placed the store-bought Van de Graaff in a cardboard box because I was embarrassed that I couldn't make one and wanted it to appear like I'm good at making things. But no, I didn't do that. Okay, I'm done. But before I cut my hair, I asked you guys on Twitter and Instagram to send me photos of yourself if you need a haircut. And I picked this guy. Not because he really needs a haircut, but just because I've never seen someone this orange before, and I just really wanted you to stare at his
The
face.
color grading is pretty
I
bad.
just put his head into the software and then drew where I want the laser to cut, and then gave it a test run. But before I set his head on fire, let me tell you about...
He's giving bro a fucking bowl cut. You know, I can't blame... Wait, is he gonna cut his head off? Oh no, because the line ends like right here. Why is this here then? I don't trust that extra line in the center.
I want the laser to cut, and then gave it a test run. But before I set his head on fire, let me tell you about the sponsor of today's video, Odoo. Cutting your hair with a laser is complicated.
Man, not even
It would have been much
seamless.
easier if I used Odoo, an all-in-one management software that
We
provides
watch these
entrepreneurs
because
like
we
me
need to
with a
support
range of
our creative
applications
friends.
to simplify the day-to-day management of their business, including invoicing, accounting, project management, website creation, and more. Odoo.
I too end up accidentally setting my important business documents on fire on the regular. You know, you're looking at it, your brain gets a little too stressed, all that heat from the stress goes straight into the paper, sets it on fire.
It keeps
Such a
pace
fucking
with your
pain, man.
evolution, allowing you to add additional applications as you grow and
Mr.
your needs
Mrs.
change.
Hemingway.
Let's say you guys need to pay some stuntmen
Don't think
to
it's
set
around
you on
anymore.
fire. You can invoice easily with Odoo. It only takes a few seconds to create your first invoice. Just put the client's details, the products or services that the client has to pay for, and if needed, customer payment terms. The taxes are calculated automatically. Once I'm done, I can just send it to the client directly with their email.
From
Odoo
dollars to
simplifies
pounds?
tracking your finances and efficiently
Oh,
manages
it's
your
all pounds,
invoicing
not monies.
processes automatically. You can track the status and see which invoices are paid or not paid. Odoo's invoicing application is a powerful tool for efficiently managing invoicing processes, offering great flexibility and advanced automation. So go to my link in the description and get your first Odoo
Yes, go
application
support
free for life.
I Did a
All right,
Thing.
back to the laser cut.
Go get the invoice thing that I imagine 90% of you won't even use or know how to use. Just support your boy.
Okay, did that cut?
Yeah, I did. I can see the smoldering hair.
Oh my god.
I think you might have cut straight through its head.
Okay.
It is on fire. Good work, dude.
Okay, a lot went
Success!
wrong here. Mostly I just burnt his face off and destroyed my ventilation fan.
That's why it stopped working.
But
Well,
even
rip the
worse than
fan.
that, the gases produced by the laser on the plastic hair smell really bad. So bad that I wouldn't be surprised if the gases were responsible for the deaths of 80% of people killed by chemical warfare in World War II, which it turns out they were. And I accidentally made chlorine gas and other deadly gases. So
Do not, and I repeat, do not burn any sort of plastic because it releases an incredibly toxic gas. The smoke from burning plastic is actually incredibly toxic.
that's the last time I use any of your hair, which means I'm up. And while setting up the Van de Graaff and face shield, I realized another problem. I'm going to be positively charged, and I have the metal face shield in front of me, which means I'm probably going to have arcs shooting out of my nose and shocking me while I have the laser passing centimeters away from my face.
Yeah, have fun with that. Oh!
So before I cut my hair, I'm going to try it first with real hair extensions to see if the Van de Graaff will make it stand up.
And the problem is, if it cuts it just a little wrong,
That
that's
works really
actually
well.
going to
And
fucking
the laser was
burn
cutting the hair.
Cinder's
But really
hair.
weird stuff is happening as well. Bits of hair were flying across the room and sticking to me, flying in my mouth, and then sticking to the backstop, which is kind of annoying. But that means I can't stop delaying it, I need to get in front of it. And luckily I've got safety coordinator Alexa here to help me out.
Ah yes, safety. Safety coordinator.
It is like flaming explosion right on this.
Yeah, it's sick.
I feel like God.
I feel like God. That's what you want to hear
It takes
before
like
having a laser
30
haircut.
Tell me if you see anything moving.
These look like you're enjoying your mullet.
That might make it go up.
I honestly thought that was a mullet for a second. It looks like a mullet.
Moving. Dude, yeah, I don't think that's gonna work. I mean,
Oh, that was cool.
So the Van de Graaff doesn't get my hair sticking up, probably because I'm surrounded by metal objects which are sucking the positive charge out of my head. So
And
I'm just
probably
gonna stick
because
my
the hair
into
isn't
that
actually
duct.
real.
So just click play, and then can you see a red dot behind me?
Yeah, yeah.
Just tell me where that red dot goes. I'm gonna close my eyes. Okay.
Oh, God.
Oh, you can't feel it. It's strafing your forehead.
That would cut his fucking head
Called me
off.
downstairs to help you film this thing. I'm like, oh, don't worry, it'll be dangerous. Like, no. I've set up this whole mechanism.
Does that mean my head is above the face shit?
Yes.
Test one with this.
Okay, just don't like.
At least that is way above, and it would still cut.
And tell me if it hits the hair and not my head.
I mean, as I said before,
It's not
cut the scalp off. Solves the problem.
How far away from my head is it? In centimeters.
I'd say it'd be about this far.
Oh. Okay. So
Yeah, the margin
now
for
what
error
you
on
need
this
to do
is not
is
high.
click stop and click home. And then you need to click enable on the front of the laser machine. Enable.
Sorry, look at the fucking hair wiggle in the
You
vent.
like that one?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, come back.
I do like that he's
tell you
ducking.
that every time it stops on home, it stops on a slightly different spot to where the laser shot
Don't
was.
tell me that. And then Alexa, if my hair catches on fire, tell me, let go of the button and I'll put it out.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I'll do
Not
one
in that
pass,
order.
And then I'll say I'm ready.
Yep.
Oh god, I hate this. This is the stupidest thing I think I've ever seen. This is like actually dangerous and could kill
You ready?
him.
Yep.
Wow.
It's on fire.
Working?
Yeah.
He was very concerned if he should call it or not with that little bit of fire that popped up there.
Is my hair on fire?
It was, but now it's not.
Oh no, I'm just gonna get more cold.
No, you're fine.
I don't think you can see in the background the line of where the laser is actually hitting the backdrop and not, because this spot here is where it's hitting the hair, and then these dark spots are where it's hitting
It
the
was only on fire for a little
backboard.
bit.
Oh god, I hate
Okay.
this.
Your hair's on fire.
Not your.
It's alright.
The actual, I can feel the heat. It's hot.
Wait, I think it's fine. What is it?
It's hot. It stinks. It's hot.
Is that her?
Nope, that's actually gone.
You're like frying a tart.
Wait, what?
You got a hole.
I got a hole.
Oh. It stinks worse than the wig.
Oh
I got a hole.
You got a hole.
he actually shaved himself with a laser. That's not coming back. That is not coming back.
I think we just comb it over. If you just
It does actually hurt a little bit.
Wait, what?
I hurt the top of my head. Yeah, it hurts.
I mean,
Really
success, right?
Exactly. It's science. It works. It cuts your actual hair. You got it. Look at that. It's a straight cut. You just gotta.
But look at that up there. And there we go. My laser machine works flawlessly. And if any of you want a haircut, just come over to my house. You have to ask your mum for my address.
I
though.
got some hair. The makeup gun sounds horrid. But thank you very much for watching. That was probably the stupidest thing I've ever seen him do, and I was not expecting him to actually cut his own hair with that. God damn, I genuinely think that because it was so close to the head, he might have to deal with that for the rest of his life. Like this one little spot that not only is a little scarred, but is also permanently bald. He will never get that back unless he gets a hair transplant. That was so stupid, but it was also actually kind of cool, like seeing the actual laser go through. I don't think I've ever seen a proper industrial laser like that. I know back in high school, yeah, like late high school, we had like a laser cutter, and that was very fun to use, even though I cut out some pretty meaningless shit. But anyway, if you'd like to see more stuff to react to, feel free to leave your suggestions in the comments or over on Discord. You can find a link to that down in the description. If you're new around here, consider subscribing, upload daily, check out the links in the description. I greatly appreciate it. Be sure to follow me on Twitch. I stream twice a week, every Wednesday and Friday. They don't have to go very far because I also stream here on YouTube as well. Thank you very much to my patrons. I love you guys. We're currently watching Freerun and Arcane over on Patreon. You can watch it for as little as $1 a month. I also put up extra stuff I put up the stuff that I have to censor on here, over there, completely for free. So you can check that out if there's, say, Hell's Kitchen that you want to watch without the stupid fucking filter in the way. That's going to do it for me. I thank you all very much for your patronage.